This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon and welcome back to our final edition of Edmonton Oilers discussion before we get underway tonight against the Winnipeg Jets. As yes, the Jets at 7 o'clock Mountain Time. The Oilers wearing those navy blue home unis, and they're going to look sharp doing it, and hopefully look sharp doing what they're doing on the ice as well. And then, of course, walk away with a couple of points in tow, and away we go for the week. But to begin things, first and foremost, we have to decide who's starting, who's in the lineup, who's on the taxi squad, and how that all figures itself out. So with no further ado, if you're new to the channel, consider sticking around for the post game. If you're not, well, here we go. Let's get it done. Oilers roster moves. This was from 2 hours ago. I know I'm late getting to it, but I've been outside yelling and screaming and kicking tires and doing stuff that you probably shouldn't to a vehicle because I'm a little mad at my vehicle right now, but that's neither here nor there. Devin Shore has been recalled from the taxi squad, and James Neal has been loaned to the taxi squad after clearing waivers yesterday. Neal now finds himself saving the Oilers some money. Oh, at long last, the Oilers are saving a bunch of money on James Neal. How much money, you say? How about a total of just about $1,000,075 against the cap? He's now down to a $4.675 million cap hit on the taxi squad. So for the Oilers, that is a pretty huge little jump in terms of cap savings. That pushes us below the amount of savings on the Zach Kassian contract on LTIR, now inside that little bubble that is the cap amount of Oscar Klefbom on the LTIR. Currently 12 forwards on the roster right now, and of course, yes, the Oilers also only have 4 players on the taxi squad at current, that being Nygaard, Russell, Dylan Wells, and James Neal. So there's still room for 2 more guys on there should we decide to, say, send Evan Bouchard back to the taxi squad at some point, or try and put Caleb Jones through waivers, or William Lagesson through waivers, heck, even Slater Cuckoo through waivers. So there's still some cap savings to be had with this team. Don't forget, if Jujhar Khaira falls off, there's some savings there as well. So it gets a little exciting here, as now we're starting to see the Oilers making some moves, not only for flexibility but also cap saving reasons, because the more cap you save towards the deadline, the better off we'll be without having to move players out, essentially, and be able to do what we need to do the rest of the way home this season. Didn't work out so well last year, as there we go, the light just went out, but hopefully it works out a little bit better this year and the Oilers can get it going at the trade deadline with quarantine rules and everything in effect the way they need to be handled. So, my friends, we find ourselves a game against the Winnipeg Jets, a starter in Mike Smith for the second time in a row. Of course, the shutout against Winnipeg, only 1 goal in 2 games so far this year, and hoping for a similar result tonight to separate us from the Winnipeg Jets a little bit, put us at 20, put them at 17, and then away we go. That would be a huge get for the Oilers at this point of the season. Don't kid yourself there. And then, of course, there is also the kind of situation in which we have to find ourselves kind of go finding a starting lineup. That's what I'm trying to look for on Twitter here as I'm trying to talk at the same time. It's not working, but yeah, the Oilers need to find a starting lineup for tonight's game. I think based on what the practice lines were the other day, I can show you that right now and we can talk all about that, because I believe that would be what we're looking at for the stuff today. So let me see, forward lines. Yeah, this is probably what you're looking at when it comes in terms of the Oilers starting lineup tonight. If the top 4 lines change at all, color me shocked, because obviously the 4 other guys are either on the taxi squad or else injured if you're Gaetan Oss. So do you flip Turris and Khaira? Probably not, because you like what you've got in that third line. Do you flip Archibald and Chase on? Probably not, because you like what you have in that third line. And of course, Puljujarvi stays on the top line because you like what you've got in him as a top line, right-hand shot, big man, riding shotgun. with Connor McDavid. And don't forget, he's got some speed too, so he can keep up no problem with Connor McDavid. So there you go. That's realistically what your lines will look like. The defense, you can probably guess what's going on there. It's probably going to be Nurse Berry, Lagesson, Larson. Probably, if I'm guessing, it's Cuckoo, and of course Bouchard. That would make sense. I doubt that Caleb Jones gets in after all the talk about him today. I doubt Chris Russell pulls in. I think he's still nicked up a little bit, in fact. So keep that in mind. It's going to be in a lineup pretty much exactly similar to what we saw the other night against Montreal, minus Puljujarvi is going to be in the lineup as opposed to out of the lineup and getting ready to go for a big game tonight against the Winnipeg Jets. So where in all does that leave us? That leaves us, do I hope Mike Smith can deliver another performance? Not the performance he delivered against Montreal. That's not what I'm asking for every night. That's not what I want to ask for any night. What I want to ask out of Mike Smith is a performance similar to the night before, or the 2 nights before, in which he faced the Ottawa Senators. That kind of performance where you keep the Oilers in it, you really get the job done. That's the kind of goaltending performance I'm looking for out of Mike Smith. A steady Eddie, veteran leadership from the crease out kind of style of play from him. And when he delivers that, the Oilers are a much better team than any other version of them. So here we go. That's the keys, right? Is get some great goaltending out of Mike Smith. Get the lines. You know what? All the lines, they're doing what they need to do all along. They're finally doing it. So now you just keep playing your game. Just keep playing your game if you're the Edmonton Oilers. Go out there and just show the Winnipeg Jets you're not that same team that split 1-1 with them last time out. You're going to be the team that takes 2 of 2 from them and say, sorry to leave you in the dust in the standings, but some things have to be done in this North Division, and for the Oilers to make the playoffs, that is going to be one of them. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. Now, what I need to do right now, I have not asked this all season long. I don't know where I've been, how absent-minded I've been on these pre-games, but what I need you to do is drop some score predictions. You know what? This always makes it at least fun for us. Is there's something to look forward to. Everybody has a horse in the race here in this game as soon as they drop the score prediction they're giving us. So that's what I'm asking this afternoon, this evening, whatever it is, when you tune into this video. Currently 4 o'clock here in southern Alberta. But right now, what I want you to do, drop those score predictions. Let me know what you think is going to happen. I've seen anything from like 5-2 Jets to 5-3 Oilers to 3-2 Oilers to, you know what, everybody's kind of in a certain range. I don't know. Are we going to be a certain range game? Is it going to be tight checking, kind of open, but a similar tight score, or is it going to be kind of a crazy game like that Calgary game? I don't know. We haven't seen too many of those this season, not against Ottawa, so I'd be shocked if we get one of those, but it would also be nice to see one of those, that's for sure. So ladies and gentlemen, drop those score predictions, and then I will talk to you in the intermissions this evening. Yes, sir, I've got the tripod ready to go. We'll be on the couch tonight, and we'll get it going. I'm Tyson, Dolynny TV, up on, out of here.